Have we finally reached the absolute limit of the luxury SUV, or is this just the beginning of a brand new era of road-going land yachts? Welcome back to Crownline Reviews, where we get behind the wheel of the most fascinating cars on the planet to tell you what they're really like to live with. Today, we are looking at something that completely redefines the word massive, a vehicle that makes everything else on the road look like a toy. This is the 2026 BMW X10, the new undisputed king of the Bavarian lineup, and it is a machine that demands your attention from the very second it comes into view. If you thought the X7 was as big as things could possibly get, you are going to want to pull up a chair and pay close attention to what BMW has done here. Just look at the sheer presence of this vehicle sitting under the lights, painted in this incredibly sophisticated stormy slate gray metallic that seems to shift in tone depending on where you are standing. It is a color that perfectly balances aggressive intent with high-end luxury, looking almost like a tailored charcoal suit stretched over a heavyweight boxer. The front end is completely dominated by those massive, unmistakable kidney grilles, but BMW has taken it a step further by outlining them with a striking, bright blue LED halo. That glowing blue signature makes the X10 look like a futuristic spaceship coming down the road at night, instantly letting everyone know exactly what is approaching in their rearview mirror. It is a bold design choice, but one that absolutely works to give this giant a distinct, high-tech personality that you simply cannot ignore. Flanking that glowing grille are the ultra-slim, split-level LED headlights that give the X10 a permanent, focused scowl, looking sharp and purposeful against the massive front fascia. Down below, you will notice a very deep, aggressive gloss black front splitter and massive air intakes that look ready to swallow the horizon whole. Moving around to the side, your eyes are immediately drawn to those absolutely enormous, multi-spoke black alloy wheels, which have to be at least 23 or 24 inches in diameter. They are wrapped in incredibly low-profile tires and sit perfectly flush within those flared, muscular wheel arches, giving the X10 a wide, planted, and incredibly imposing stance. The sharp, boxy shoulder line runs all the way from the headlights to the taillights, contrasting beautifully with the chrome mirror caps and flush door handles to create a silhouette that is built like a luxury tank. To really understand the X10, we have to take a quick look back at the legacy of BMW SUVs and how we arrived at this monumental point in automotive history. It all started decades ago with the original X5, a car that proved an SUV could actually handle like a sports sedan and be fun to drive on a winding road. Then came the X7, which stretched the platform to accommodate 3 proper rows of seating, bringing true flagship luxury to the family hauling segment. Recently, we saw the XM, which pushed the boundaries of wild, polarizing design and extreme hybrid performance, but it left some traditional buyers scratching their heads. The X10 feels like the ultimate culmination of all those past lessons, taking the sheer size of the X7, the futuristic technology of the XM, and wrapping it in a much more cohesive, universally handsome, and undeniably commanding package. Stepping inside the X10 is less like getting into a car, and much more like walking into the first-class lounge of a modern, 5-star hotel. The doors close with a heavy, reassuring thud that instantly seals you off from the noise and chaos of the outside world, wrapping you in absolute silence. BMW has designed this cabin to be incredibly welcoming and easy to understand for absolutely everyone, whether you're a tech-obsessed teenager or a grandparent who just wants to listen to the radio. The materials are breathtaking, with acres of soft, unblemished leather, real open-pore wood trims, and beautiful ambient lighting that echoes the blue glow of the front grille. The massive curved display screen stretches across the dashboard, but the menus are surprisingly simple, and thankfully, BMW has kept physical buttons for the most important climate and audio controls. When it comes to the space inside, the X10 offers a level of comfort that makes cross-country road trips feel like a quick trip down the street. The second row features reclining captain's chairs with their own entertainment screens, massage functions, and enough legroom for a professional basketball player to stretch out completely. Even the third row, which is usually a penalty box in most SUVs, is genuinely spacious enough for full-grown adults to sit comfortably for hours on end. The panoramic glass roof floods the entire cabin with natural light, making the already massive interior feel even more airy and expansive. It is the kind of environment where your family will actually look forward to long drives, simply because being inside the X10 is an event in itself. Underneath that massive, sculpted hood lies a powertrain that is perfectly suited to moving this mountain of luxury down the road with effortless grace. While BMW offers a few different options, the flagship model features a brilliantly engineered twin-turbocharged V8 engine paired with a sophisticated plug-in hybrid electric system. This combination produces an absolutely staggering amount of horsepower and torque, but it delivers that power in a way that is incredibly smooth and refined. You never feel a sudden, violent jerk when you press the accelerator. Instead, you just feel a relentless, surging wave of momentum that pushes you deep into your leather seat. The transition between silent electric power and the deep rumble of the V8 is so seamless that you often have to look at the dashboard just to know which engine is currently doing the work. Driving the X10 in the real world is a fascinating experience because it completely tricks your brain into forgetting just how massive this vehicle actually is. The steering is incredibly light at low speeds, making it surprisingly easy to maneuver through tight city streets, but it firms up beautifully as you get onto the highway to give you a sense of total stability. The adaptive air suspension is nothing short of magical, soaking up potholes, speed bumps, and broken pavement as if they do not even exist. You sit incredibly high up, looking down on almost every other car on the road, which gives you this wonderful sense of commanding authority and safety. Yet, when you decide to take a corner a little faster than you probably should, the active anti-roll bars keep this giant perfectly flat, defying the laws of physics and reminding you that this is, after all, still a BMW. However, we have to talk about the reality of owning a vehicle of this magnitude, because living with the X10 day-to-day does come with a few very real trade-offs. First and foremost is the sheer size of the thing. Finding a parking spot in a crowded grocery store lot or navigating an older, tight parking garage can be a genuinely stressful experience. Even with the brilliant 360-degree cameras and rear-wheel steering that helps shrink the turning circle, you are always acutely aware that you are piloting a very large ship. Then there's the cost of ownership, which goes far beyond the massive initial purchase price, as you have to factor in the cost of premium fuel, expensive synthetic oil changes, and replacing those massive 24-inch tires. This is a highly complex, incredibly advanced machine, and while BMW's recent reliability record has been quite strong, out-of-warranty repairs on a flagship hybrid like this will certainly not be for the faint of heart. I want to ask you, the viewers watching this right now, what you truly value most when you are looking at a luxury family vehicle of this caliber. Are you drawn to the sheer status and the imposing, aggressive design that makes people stop and stare when you drive by? Or are you more interested in the quiet, serene sanctuary of the interior, the advanced hybrid technology, and the ability to transport your family in absolute, uncompromised comfort? Let me know down in the comments below, because the X10 is a car that sparks strong opinions, and I always love reading your perspectives on these boundary-pushing machines. It is fascinating to see how different generations view a vehicle like this, from kids who love the glowing blue grille to parents who just want a safe, quiet space after a long day. So what is the final, honest verdict on the 2026 BMW X10, and who exactly is this massive, luxurious behemoth actually built for? If you are someone who prefers flying under the radar, or if you live in a dense city with narrow streets and tiny parking spaces, this is absolutely not the car for you. But if you have a large family, if you frequently take long road trips, and if you want a vehicle that makes no compromises in luxury, space, or road presence, the X10 is in a class of its own. It takes the traditional family SUV and elevates it to a level of opulence and technological sophistication that we have rarely seen before. It is a bold, unapologetic statement of success, wrapped in a stormy gray suit and rolling on massive black wheels. Thank you so much for joining me today on Crownline Reviews to explore this incredible piece of automotive engineering. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the BMW X10, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. We have some amazing cars lined up for you in the coming weeks, and I cannot wait to share them with you. Until next time, remember that the best journeys are not just about the destination, but about the machine that takes you there. Take care, drive safe, and I will see you in the next review.